Iranian protesters in Paris calling for regime change. On February 8, thousands of Iranians rallied and marched in Paris to mark the 40th anniversary of the Iranian people's uprising against the Shah's dictatorship. The protesters condemned the continuing human rights violations in Iran, increasing terrorist plots of the regime, and the regime's continuing missile and nuclear programs. They supported the social movements and protests by the Iranian people against the mullahs' dictatorship. A message from Maryam Rajavi to the demonstrators was shown on widescreen. She said, with the overthrow of the Shah's corrupt dictatorship and his regime of torture, his true successors, namely Khomeini and Khamenei, took over the helms. Now is the time for the mullahs to be overthrown. 2 Sunni Iranian political prisoners go on hunger strike in Mujahedin-e-Khalq prison. 2 Iranian political prisoners of Sunni faith went on hunger strike to protest the torturing of prisoners and their transfer to solitary confinement. Tawhid Qureshi and Hamza Devesh were the 2 prisoners are being currently held in solitary confinement in Mujahedin-e-Khalq prison, Karaj. On Thursday, prison guards raided the hall where Sunni prisoners were incarcerated and attacked the prisoners. 8 prisoners were transferred to solitary confinement. At least 6 of the prisoners have been severely wounded, but prison officials have returned them to their wards without any medical care. Qureshi and Devesh are still in solitary. Iran. Security forces attack women's prison. Security forces of Karchak prison in Baramin, southeast of Tehran, cracked down on the inmates of this women's prison on Thursday night local time, using tear gas and pepper spray. Wards 1 and 2 came under a vicious attack, and reports indicate these attacks continued into Friday. Many female prisoners have reportedly been severely beaten and are in need of medical care. This raid began when the inmates of Ward 1 and 2 requested authorities provide medical care to one of their cellmates, protesting the prison officials' neglect. The prison guards attacked the ward following this protest. US Ambassador to Germany says mechanism to trade with Iran is disrespectful. The US Ambassador to Germany says the European mechanism designed to facilitate trade with Iran and avoid US sanctions is disrespectful to Washington's policies. Ambassador Richard Grenell said in an interview on February 10th that the financial mechanism, called INSTEX, is counterproductive to President Donald Trump's efforts to force Tehran back to the negotiating table over its nuclear program and other matters. Grenell said, "We used the strongest possible sanctions while at the same time offering talks to see if that changes the behavior of certain states." Iraqi Shiite militia detains commander who criticized Iran. An official with the Popular Mobilization Forces says a militia commander was arrested after he criticized Iran's influence in Iraq. The official said on Friday that Arz al-Kafaji, commander of the Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas brigade, was detained the previous night. Kafaji had earlier told a local TV station that Iraqis should not only oppose American and Turkish presence in Iraq, but also Iran's interference.